Daniel 11:40-45 is part of a detailed prophecy given by the angel to Daniel, describing conflicts and events that will occur in the time of the end. This passage focuses on the final conflicts involving the king of the north and the king of the south, and the ultimate fate of the king of the north. Daniel 11:40-45, NIV. 40. At the time of the end, the king of the south will engage him in battle, and the king of the north will storm out against him with chariots and cavalry and a great fleet of ships. He will invade many countries and sweep through them like a flood. 41. He will also invade the beautiful land. Many countries will fall, but Edom, Moab, and the leaders of Ammon will be delivered from his hand. 42. He will extend his power over many countries. Egypt will not escape. 43. He will gain control of the treasures of gold and silver and all the riches of Egypt, with the Libyans and Cushites in submission. 44. But reports from the east and the north will alarm him, and he will set out in a great rage to destroy and annihilate many. 45. He will pitch his royal tents between the seas at the beautiful holy mountain. Yet he will come to his end, and no one will help him. Interpretation and themes. Conflict between the kings of the north and south. The king of the south and the king of the north represent two opposing forces or coalitions. Historically, these have been identified with the Ptolemaic kingdom, Egypt, and the Seleucid Empire, Syria, respectively. However, in an eschatological context, these terms are often interpreted more broadly as representing future geopolitical powers. Invasion of the beautiful land. The beautiful land refers to Israel. The king of the north's invasion of Israel signifies a significant conflict involving the Holy Land. Despite his conquests, some areas, Edom, Moab, and Ammon, will escape his control. Expansion and control. The king of the north will extend his power over many countries, including Egypt, indicating widespread conquest and control. This includes gaining wealth and submission from other regions, Libyans and Cushites. Reports from the east and north. Alarming reports from the east and north will cause the king of the north to react violently, seeking to destroy and annihilate many. This suggests additional threats or challenges to his power. Final stand and defeat. The king of the north will set up his royal tents between the seas, likely the Mediterranean and the Dead Sea, at the beautiful holy mountain, Mount Zion or Jerusalem. Despite his apparent strength and strategic position, he will ultimately come to his end, with no one to help him. This signifies his complete and final defeat. Themes and applications. Divine sovereignty. The passage highlights God's control over the rise and fall of nations and leaders. Despite the power and ambitions of earthly rulers, their ultimate fate is determined by God's plan. End-time prophecy. These verses are often studied in the context of end-time prophecies, where the conflicts described are seen as part of the events leading to the final establishment of God's kingdom. Geopolitical conflict. The prophecy illustrates the intensity and scope of geopolitical conflicts that will characterize the time of the end. It underscores the turmoil and instability that will precede the final intervention of God.